We're staying in our reusing content.dwg file, and as you can see, I've left it in the same state as it was at the end of the last video where we redefined our keyhole block. Now, you'll notice in the previous video I used the explode command to explode the block back to its original information. So if I go here again to my keyhole, and I use explode here on the modify panel, it explodes it back to all its original objects, its component objects, because a block is a complex object made up of a number of component objects. So what I could do now is I could redefine all of that again and create another keyhole block if I wanted to. However, sometimes you might want to explode a block and change it slightly, but not make it into another block again. So you can explode any block you want to in AutoCAD. It will still retain all the other definitions of the block reference, so you can see it there. I've still got that keyhole block there. However, this one is not a block anymore. It's a group of arcs and lines on the layer 0. So if I went to my hinge block here, for example, if I go to explode, select the hinge, right-click or enter to confirm, it's now a group of lines again. It's not a hinge block anymore. However, the trick is that these blocks are still in your AutoCAD drawing. They get saved into the drawing database behind the drawing. So if I now selected, say, the hinge layer, and I decided to insert a block using the block panel, let's say I want another hinge, the hinge will come in and you'll notice, if I just use a little bit of object snap tracking there, I've got a hinge and it's on the right layer and it's still a block. I can explode any block I want to and reuse that data in any way, but the block references still remain in the drawing. Now, the one thing I will say about the explode command is don't explode all the blocks in your drawing as soon as you get, say, a new drawing from a third party, because those blocks might be useful later on. And don't forget, with blocks as well, you're reusing content. It's saving you having to redraw things. So always, if you need to redefine a block, explode it, convert it to a block of a different name, perhaps, slightly different, and then you can reuse it over and over again. So for example, the bolt here is a fantastic block because I might want to explode that, scale it to half its size. I've then got two bolts of two different sizes that I can reuse on the drawing. That's a typical example of exploding and then reusing the content so that you've got two different block references of the bolt in your AutoCAD drawing.